Hello and welcome to FireArrest. I'm Jon and FireArrest version 8 is on its way. I'm genuinely excited to walk you through what's new. This is an exclusive preview for our existing community and it includes feedback from many of you. So thank you, because version 8 is very much built around how you, the FireArrest user, works in the real world. So you'll see updates across both platforms, mobile and the admin center. The mobile app has been redesigned from the ground up using a hybrid iOS-Android tech stack so that updates can be shipped to both platforms efficiently, as well as the admin center being on a completely new platform as well, giving it a fresh new feel, but also makes it ready for any new features coming later this year. So let's start with the mobile app. It is available for tablet and for mobile as well, so you can use either device. I'll be walking you through the navigation and some key features included in this release as well. So the navigation bar at the bottom, that's new. We've got the home, the dashboard icon, down the bottom, projects, admin, and settings. So home is that now the dashboard. Gone are the great big client and email icons. And it shows you some actual real important information. So unsynced items, plus some drawings or forms that naturally need some attention or require filling in. And under that, you've got recent drawings. This is a quick navigational tool to be able to quickly access something you've been onto recently. So if you're working on the same project for a long time, straight from the home screen, you can access exactly where you need to go immediately without having to tap through several screens. Projects works exactly as you'd expect it to. You pick a project to get started or to return to one that you haven't worked on for a little while. Search and the filters make it easy to find what you need. You can open a project to see the drawings available to work on. It's now clearer where to see which RAMs actually require a signature. And if one is required, the app simply navigates you to that document and to sign it and then straight to the floor plan rather than any previous warning signs which were there before. So floor plans can also be favorited, which keeps them at the top of the list, particularly useful if you're using the View All feature from the dashboard. The admin areas for users who have admin permissions and want to access them on the go. So like editing or an existing project or creating a new one without having to open up the laptop. Some of these features may come slightly later, a few days later after the initial release, but they will be coming soon, and keep an eye out for our release notes as they come live. And then finally, there's the settings icon, which includes some helpful information like T's and C's and being able to review the app, as well as an in-app tutorial option as well. So let's get on to recording that information. So adding a pin is still as simple as it used to be. Press and hold on the screen in the exact location where you want that pin to go, and you can add that pin straight in. Same for editing a pin, tap and hold on the pin and it can take you to the edit screen. This screen is where we have redesigned the flow of recording the information. It's all based on your feedback, and you can have the right things presented to you at the right time. So fire rating is now shown right at the top of the page, as is the QR code, so you can assign that straight away, which is really, really useful. You can also add photos, multiple photos, in fact now you can add, which makes it much easier to manage. The location notes are easy to use as well. The boxes are larger. You can even format the text properly within the notes area, so it makes it a bit easier to read, particularly in the reporting format as well. And then you've got the app tray button down the bottom. So in this screen, it has changed from the main menu. We've got service types, we've got materials, forms, and the pin status. So you can access those 4 key things at any given time throughout the pin without having to scroll up and down. You can change them, you can add them, you can do whatever you like. And because forms and pin statuses are linked to service types, you'll see more options for forms and pin types as soon as you start selecting the service types themselves. Speaking of service types, new feature which is coming into this release as well is the fact that you can select multiple service types. You can select as many as you like. So you can all come under one pin rather than selecting many pins for different service types in the same location. And speaking of new features, we've also got a new draft pin feature as well. So if you exit a pin without saving, you can save it as a draft and come back to finish it later. Drafts still sync to the admin center for visibility, but it won't appear on the project reports until you actually fully save that pin. But the big win for it is reliability. Okay, so draft pins are auto-saved and will do at all times. So if the app closes or you lose power or for any reason that you've come out of it and it hasn't saved, don't worry, it has auto-saved. So your changes are not lost, and you'll actually be able to see a little green bar down the bottom to indicate when those changes are actually saved, because they save on your device and through to the admin center as well. And then when you click on Save Pin, that saves the pin just as it would normally do. Within the drawing, the plus button in the bottom right hand corner gives you quick access to outstanding forms, photos, any draft pins, along with some other helpful little shortcuts. When you're done, remember to mark the drawing as completed. Once everyone has completed the drawing, it can then be finalised as complete in the admin centre. And so we've talked a little bit about the admin centre. Let's actually move into that area. So we're calling it the admin centre now. It used to be called the dashboard, but because we already have a dashboard page within the app, and coming soon is the dashboard analytics within the admin centre itself, it needed a new name. So hence the FireArrest admin centre. And logging in is the same. You go to your URL, company.firearrest.uk, sign in just as you would have before. We have added in MFA, multi-factor authentication, which that emails you a verification code. If you're on a trusted device, you can choose the option to remember this in the browser for 60 days. And if you prefer, you can still use Microsoft single sign-on. And MFA settings can be turned off in the config area, but I'd recommend you keep those on for security purposes. After login, you'll land onto the reports page for now, just until the analytics dashboard goes live. But from anywhere in the admin center, you can use the create button to create several things. Not quite everything, but several things. So you don't have to break your flow if you've forgotten to do something before a step, right? So client service types, pin types, and so much more can all be created using this create button. So for example, you could start building a project and then realize that you haven't set up your client. There's a brand new one. So you can quickly create that client and then add them in that way rather than having to come out of the project and then create it. It's just so much better. User management, which used to be in the admin area, has now moved to the top right in the account area. So a little person icon to open the account menu. So the left-hand menu, we've gone to a menu style rather than tiles, and that left-hand menu is now collapsible as well. So really useful for people on smaller laptop screens. But you can use the icons for quick navigation, and it expands sections like the admin for more options. And you'll see familiar options within the admin menu. Much like was in the old tiled UI, you've got materials, pin types, service types, QR codes, installation guides, and the fire rating as well. That might move into the config area. Each page supports adding and editing entries. You can also quick edit using the pencil icons. If you want to do a quick change, use that one. Whereas if you want to edit something in a bit more detail, use the pop-up screen for a better view on things. Clients has its own icon, just as it used to before. Straightforward workflow, add, edit, remove as required. And projects has had a fresh design as well. So it keeps all the information that you're used to. It's much more readable, it's quicker to work through, and includes a number of quality of life improvements requested by you as well. So once you've added a client and site details, you'll see these improvements. So RAMs can now be handled a bit more flexibly. So beforehand, it was a risk assessment and method statement. It was mandatory to have them uploaded, whereas now none of those things are true. They are optional, so you don't have to actually upload them in the first place if you don't want to. You can combine them, so you've got risk assessment and method statement as one, or you can keep as was before and have them separate. It's entirely up to you. So another big quality of life improvement that's been requested from you guys was the drawings or floor plans to be uploaded from PDF files. So it used to be images only, whereas now you can upload a PDF file with several pages on there, several floor plans, and upload them all in one go. Once you upload the PDF, it will take up the entire document into the platform, but then you can remove any unwanted pages, and then each remaining page will be added as its own individual floor plan. You can give them its own different name as well. You don't have to stick with the standard 1, 2, 3, 4 name. And then another requested improvement is that you can now filter the pins by whether they actually have images or not. So if your process that all pins must have images, which I know many of you do, you can quickly have a look in the admin center on each floor plan and see which pins don't have images, so you know which ones are outstanding and need some further attention. Reports in the audit trail will still feel very familiar. It's got the same new look and UI feel on it, but the ability to generate those full and custom reports and view the audit trail is very, very much the same way that it always used to be. We've also added in a config area into the account menu. So here you can manage your company logo, which is used on reports, your MFA settings as mentioned earlier, VAT rate, unit preferences. And speaking of unit preferences, I know a couple of you asked for this as well, where you have different units for the input on the app, but then on the output for reporting, you can toggle which one you want in each area for here as well. And then also for those who prefer it, we have also introduced dark mode. So easier on the eyes for those who certainly prefer a darker experience. And that's it for FireArrest version 8. Can't wait for you to try it and let us know what you think. And this is just the start of what we'll be releasing in for 2026 as well. There's more to come, and I look forward to sharing those new features with you later this year. Thank you for watching.